Hi guys! Right, what are we up to? Well, we are... Hang on, get me map down. Where are we? We are around here somewhere. Let's find out exactly. 73, that's 73, 123, 123, 73, 123, yeah, we're here. In this block somewhere. And, yeah, on the edge of the wood, in this block somewhere. So we are about to go and have a look at Cherno. I have just come down from Electro, having cleared that. I was up here a little while, no, hang on. I was up here a little while ago, and I had spawned in, oops, no, hang on, spawned in around here. So I've been for a bit of a wander this morning, running around, picked up a nice gun, picked up that in Electro, M16A2, nice weapon, only got 2 clips for us at the moment, got a reasonable amount in my backpack, but yeah. We're going to have a little look at Cherno, pissing down with rain, horrible day, and see what we can see. Not many people on the server. For the first hour I was playing today, in fact I was the only person on the server. Yeah, someone else just joined. This guy gets kicked occasionally for having a high ping, but he seems to be fine at the moment. Alice Pax, don't know either of these people, but this one's just turned up. So yeah, I've got to start being a little cautious about playing. Yeah, death pit. Maybe they can do something in the game. If you get too close to one of those, you start getting ill or something. But yeah. Oh, and the other thing is, I think they have fixed tents. Finally, it's taken them for like. Feels like months, but it can only be weeks. There's Cherno. So yeah, I think they're finally fixed tents. I tested this out last night by putting some stuff in this tent, spawned in after the server had restarted, and yeah, tents were in. Well, the stuff I'd put in the tent was there, and the stuff I'd taken out wasn't, if you know what I mean. In other words, they're not reverting back to their save point. Now, let's have a little look at town. Are there zombies? In other words, what I'm doing is I'm looking for zombies as an indication that there are other players in the server. I generate my own zombies, of course, because I can hear one. I'm sure I heard one. If we get zombies, there's a lot of zombies on that bridge. But no, we're going to have a little look around town. I don't see any zombies other than the ones that I'm creating. So it's a pretty good indicator that there's no one around. Right, let's cut it off there. Till, well, see if anything interesting happens. So we're back, having a little trot through Cherno. Very disappointed about what was sat at the military spawn-in. So far I've only managed to pick up one fresh clip for magazine for my M16. There are now a few more players on the server. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering why I've got all this after my name, it's because I've got this set up. This is a feature within Armour. You can set all this lot up. Most people don't bother, as you can see. But when I get in a vehicle, that logo, which is the 44 Clan logo, will appear on the door, which is fun. Or on the tail if it's an aircraft, or side panel. Even on the side of the bus. Anything ever in this? No. I do like my M16. I had one well, a few days ago. Got killed. Now look at this. Not a lot spawning in. Barbed wire. I can't see the point of barbed wire. It doesn't stop zombies. Now, if barbed wire stops zombies, there'd be a purpose to it. But all barbed wire does is stop people. And cause people graphics glitches. Stand up for going upstairs, boy. Ooh, look at this. Standard rounds, I think. Yay, it was worth coming here. Always look around the room before you look at the floor. I know you're only really interested in the loot, but I've come up here and found the bloke crouched down waiting to shoot me. The other thing is, double tapping the shift key makes you walk. And walking around stairs is a good idea, because earlier today I was in one of these buildings. Where was I? Electro. And I sort of made a misstep and I shocked myself. Really weird. Yeah, stairs, not something that armour handles particularly well. So I suppose we're going to have a look at the supermarket. Pick up some food and stuff before I nip along to below to see if there's any more military stuff there. Because this is the problem, you see. If you're going to carry military weapons, you need military ammunition, which means you need to go to the military sites, which has the military zombies. All scary stuff, you see. Where if you carry civilian weapons, you can... hang on. Yeah. Wait. Remember where the stairs are, boys. So yes, if you have a civilian weapon, you get to use... Ooh, another armor's pack. Here he comes. So there's a shrug in the forehead. Ooh, let me turn around. Where'd he go? Here, zombie, 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 zombie. Well, if there's anyone in the neighbourhood, they definitely heard that. I wish I still had my silenced weapon again, but oh well. I don't, so there you go. Food, I'm hungry. So, beans. Always needy beans. Another sudden watch. More beans. No, that's Frank's. Frank and beans. That's a strange thing. Don't think there's any more. Front can beans. Pick up a can of soda as well for a long haul. Ooh. You got a friend? No? Bugger. So normal, sort of boring, pick up all the crap stuff. And you don't really need to see me doing this. Doesn't seem to be anyone in this area, so that's pretty good. Talk to you in a bit. So here we are again. You pretty know where we are, at the end of the runway. Let's bring the map up. Hang on, down we go. But where are we? Here we are, about here. So we can see this group of buildings here. There's a group down here somewhere, and in this area here is the part of below that everybody's used to, because it's the place where you get the military spawn point in those towers. And what I'm looking for is zombie activity, and there isn't any. You see there's a dead body there, but that's just one of the scenery set pieces, if you like. I don't see any zombie activity at all in that little military camp. No zombie activity around here, and none around that near building. I'm going to move to the end of the runway and check again. Again, this is just a case of checking for other players. We all know how to deal with zombies. It's the other players that are the unpredictable thing. We don't know whether they're going to be friendly or whether they're going to be nasty. 9 times out of 10 they tend to be nasty these days. When the game first started they were nearly always friendly, but not anymore. No zombie activity at all, which is a good thing. Yeah, we're getting zombies here because these are my zombies. I'm close enough to create these zombies coming in here. Little military ones. Well, 1 military, 2 per fat policeman. So over here, nothing, which is a good thing. And probably in this house, oh well, there's a long way to pan. Probably starting to get zombies in because of me. So, where to first, eh? Let's have a little look over here. See what we can find. Don't often find a great deal in these hangars, but you know, you should still look. I was playing the new Battlefield maps on Bag Road, and I'd love to know who did the animation for the birds in it. Just appalling, terrible animation. They don't even look like proper birds. The bodies are too long, wings are in the wrong place. They look more like bats. Gotta watch out for this building. You can only get in and out one door. There's a big fat nothing here. I may have to break out the automatic. Semi. Oh, that's strange. Wait. Peg at you. Military zombies often have more interesting gear. Except for this one decided to make a liar of me by having some cans. Hang on. Gear. See, DMR mag. Not carrying a DMR, so I don't particularly care about it, but yeah, there you go. Military zombies, even the military police zombies, often have more interesting gear on them than just farmer zombies. So there we go. Nothing in the building, but a few... Now these are not part of the... they're scenery. These guys, these are scenery, just like that is scenery. You can't interact with it. But that is not scenery. What are you? Oof. I don't have a Barrett, but coming across a Barrett mag would be fun if you had one. Flare? No. Very impressive. Mate drop flew one of those off at night recently. Sign of player activity with that. Hang on, was that there when I spawned when I came in this room? You see, rounds. Smoke, hunting knife. All good stuff if you carried that weapon, but I don't. So there you go. Right, let's cut it off here. You don't need to see me running through the countryside. Well, not any more than usual. Right, let's see what we can see in here. This is the way you get in. Watch out for zombies. He's aggroed. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? I'm sure I aggroed a zombie and he ran off. And this is why you come here. Ooh, that's the MO. Takes the same ammunition. Yeah, go for it. So, hang on, you're gonna let me just swap. Thank you. Very nice. I can hear. There he is. Now, this comes with experience playing this game, but you really have to be so careful when looking at... Oh, hang on. Yeah, pop them in the head only takes one bullet. So careful with ladders. Yeah, so careful with ladders. It is so easy to... Ladders, stairs, anything like that. Anything involving heights. Ooh, trenching tool. Now, you know, mate, couldn't figure out what you do with trenching tools. Like that. You put in a trenching tool and you click on it and it says here, collapsible spade used together with the engineering backpack to create field defences. No, I don't know what that means either. But there you go. I've read many interviews with the designer of this game, this mod Rocket, and he often talks, or I've heard him often mention, digging or underground. So it sort of makes me think, are they going to allow us to dig? You know, trenching tool, engineering backpack, you can dig. I think they're missing an opportunity by having absolutely nothing in any of these tents. We've got two here. Yeah, nothing in these tents, which is annoying. But, so yes, are we going to start digging at some point? Would be interesting. Not quite sure what you're going to do with digging. There's nothing in this one. Well, that's disappointing. Ooh, smoke grenade. Now, I never used to bother with smoke grenades, but smoke grenades are actually quite useful. As my mate Gaddo discovered recently, if you throw a smoke grenade, they will come. Basically gathers all the zombies together. Throw a hand grenade in the middle, it's even more fun. Oops. I think I have aggroed. Oh, he's outside, doesn't matter. Now, what have we got here? Ooh, what have we got here? We have a military flashlight. Yep, I have no idea what makes a military flashlight different. I think it's red, AK ammunition. I think it's red rather than white. I suppose I better take one of those. I've been burning through them quite quickly. And there's the arrow, climb down. Always try to look up after doing something that involves looking at the ground. So, that's that area cleared. Point here that you get out. V, and you are out. Okay, we're running a little closer. No zombies yet. Odd. Often I'll hang back for a little while. The reason being, when I don't see zombies like that, is I'm waiting for them to spawn in. Now, my allocation of zombies may still be all spawned in back at the tents, which means my allocation of zombies can't be here as well. And here they are. They've just started to pop in. Now, the reason why I wait for the zombies is because I'm also waiting for the loot. There's no point running in to an area to get the loot and try to beat the zombies in, because it's all part of the same process. zombies spawning in and loot spawning in are all part of the same thing. Very often when you first arrive somewhere, there isn't much loot in the first few places that you look. This isn't going well. Getting used to new weapons, I suppose. Gear, what have we got? What have we got? Yeah, if I was carrying one of those, that would be amazing. But I'm not. The amount of time I've spent looking for wheels when I've got vehicles to maintain. Nope, nothing respawned in there. Yeah, it's annoying that you look for something and you can't find it. But when you don't look, when you're not looking for it, all over the place. Gaddo and I have spent hours searching for particular items, not found one. Then we, after maybe 3 hours, or maybe even coming back in a different session after the server has restarted, do we find they're everywhere. Very strange. It's quite frustrating the way things seem to spawn in batches. In some places you would expect to have a slightly richer environment for. Solve this problem quickly enough. But yeah, spawning the way that gear spawns in, that loot spawns in. Play the game enough, you start thinking, you see what's this? This is gear. Is there anything in this tent? Yeah. Ooh. Nah, let's not rob him blind. Jerry Can, Makarov. Nah, don't feel like robbing him blind. Not today. I'm pretty well set up. Always look at the back of doors, you see? Didn't look there, you wouldn't have seen it. Now, that round, the 15 rounds of 1866 slugs, so that's what you put in your Winchester. And I still maintain that the Winchester is the best civilian weapon in the game. I think probably the best military weapon in the game is the silenced version of what I'm carrying. And that is rather gorgeous. There is actually a one with an underslung grenade launcher, because that's what MP5. MP5's not a bad little weapon, but it is only pistol ammo. But yeah, I'm getting sidetracked. I think the best military weapon in the game is probably the silenced version of this, which is the M4A1. There are some weapons you can, very interesting looking weapons you can get. Where's the break in that wire? I know there is one. Ah, there it is. Yeah, there's some very interesting weapons you can pick up at helicopter crash sites, but they're very impressive. They're nice to play with. I had an AS-50 a little while ago. Magnificent weapon, but really, against zombies, not the greatest weapon on the planet, you know? Not the greatest. And then you've also got things like the bison, silenced bison. Great fun to play with, but absolutely useless. It's like pea shooting. It's poo, 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 you know? And it is poo, poo, poo shit. Yeah, not a great weapon. Interesting places like this. They're going to be somewhere someone's going to put a tent. So, yeah, there are some interesting weapons. I saw an FN file with a thermal scope. I bet that's fun to play with, but I bet you that it's louder than hell, and as such is going to attract every zombie in the planet. Little place worth looking at. I don't know, once or twice, no, once I found blood there. Mind you, knowing my luck, it's probably because it was just dropped by a player. Again, we hold off just at perimeter, let the zombies spawn in, let the loot spawn in. Anything over there? Common spawning point for a player coming into the game fresh along that coastline. Here the zombies now. Anything of interest? Absolute bugger all. Nothing here. So where am I? 45, 122. Oops, too far. 45, 122, 128. There's a water source there. 122. So I'm here. And I want to go here, which is, yeah, that's about northwest, isn't it? If you want your compass to stay up, you double tap. If you want anything to happen full time, double tap. Lower your weapon. Set a course. Start trotting. Works a treat, really. Talk to you in a bit. And of course I don't need my compass now to know where I am. I know this part of the map hopefully like the back of my hand, because this is Zelena. Zelenogorsk. Sort of home base, hometown, whatever. I would love to come to the real place to see how it matches up to the game. Let's get around that little town. Don't need to waste any more ammunition on zombies. But yeah, no great burning desire to travel the world or anything, but all of a sudden I want to go to Czechoslovakia. The Czech Republic as it is known these days. I don't think it's Czechoslovakia anymore. Not quite sure about what happened to Eastern Europe. But there we go. No zombies means no players, which is a good thing, because we don't know if we can trust them. So here we are, back at home base. We've had a bit of a run today. Let's have a little look at where we've actually been. We started here, where we are now, and past Mogilevka, there's a tower here, went across to Staroy, down through Electro, all the way through here, through Cherno, then the airstrip, the Lota, the military base. That's where we looked at the map that time, and we've just run, I missed Boar, went over this way a little more, down, and in to Zelenogorsk. So that's where we'll log out. I'm 90% certain that tents are fixed. And the things I put in here are still in here, which is good. Which is always good. Yes, the bits and bobs that sort of live in here are still here. But yeah, not bad. I've got a few more tents dotted around the map on this server. I think there's about 4 tents that I've placed down, and about another 4 tents that I know of. Oh, let's have something. Let's have some munchies. Sardines. No drinks in this one. Sometimes you actually have to spend some time doing the boring stuff, which is just filling your tents up and ensuring your backpack's full by doing runs through supermarkets and such like. What's in the backpack? There we are, can of soda. Clothes bag. Oops. Okay. And drink. So, all in the green. Optimization, eh? There is a plant living through the middle of this rock. Bohemian Interactive. Sometimes your game looks epic, other times it looks shockingly bad. Anyway, on that note, we'll leave it there, gentlemen. I've been playing pretty solidly for a couple of hours. Covered large chunks of the map. Done some stuff. Had some fun. Talk to you later, boys and girls. Talk to you later.